Alright guys, today we're going to do a quick how-to video, one of the first of many hopefully. We're going to be putting some cleats onto a Pelican Apex 100 kayak. This is going to be the same process for pretty much all of your standard Pelican kayaks, and these are the little cleats that you kind of just get at any normal store, Dick's Sporting Goods, Bass Pro, Cabela's. These are your little standard $5 cleats. Comes in a pack of 2. We're going to add these to the kayak because buying them already on the kayak is about a $75 prospect, and these are, I don't know, maybe a $10 project, $5 for this, $5 for some other stuff, if you already have the tools. So let's go over what we need real quick. I've got a Dremel tool, Dremel 3000, standard Dremel tool. I've got attached to that Dremel tool, part number 9931, a tungsten carbide cutter. This is your little standard cutter, good for a lot of different things, and good for this project, obviously. We've got your little cleats that I've pre-marked where I'm going to cut for. We've got some wood screws, number 8, 1 1/4 inch, that countersunk, fit right through. And wood screws are exactly what you need for this because they bite into the plastic. And we've got a screwdriver, Phillips head. And I'm using RTV Ultra Gray. You just need some sort of sealant. You can use silicone sealant, which technically that's what this is. Yes, it's a lot more expensive and a lot more than you actually need for this particular project, but it doesn't matter. It's what I'm using. All right, let's get started. First and foremost, the reason you need to trim these to begin with is because Pelican makes it hard. They don't let it sit in there properly. You gotta cut off quite a bit to actually get it in there. But if you want to buy Pelicans, they're very expensive, and either way you're gonna have to seal them because they do not sit all the way down and seal by themselves. So, pre-marked where I gotta cut them. If you haven't pre-marked, obviously you haven't, you're gonna have to mark it. Let's get started. First thing before I turn this on so you can hear me, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim in here about to right there. I'm going to trim this all the way flush across that line, from that point to that point, all the way flush, and peel all this lip off. We'll do the same on this side and then trim both these sides in, and it'll fit down in there flat. At that point, we'll go over the rest of it. Real quick, I suggest about 6, level 6, maybe level 8 for this project. Just because if you can see right there on my tungsten carbide cutter, it's black. It's black because I got a little too hasty. My last set melted this thing onto there, and then I had to burn it off, and it was a pain in the butt. Anyways, 6. 6 is safe. Real quick guys, while I clean this up, I didn't mention it, safety first every time, safety glasses. There, disclaimer, done, wear safety glasses. All right, let's see how this sits. You saw I took a lot of material off there. You can see why it's still not quite there. I got to pull a little bit of material off right here on this left side. Looks like I need to take just a tab off there and a little bit right there. Okay. You see why I took so much off. There's a lot to take off. There we go. That's what we want. By the way, guys, we're using this cleat right there just because this cleat's gonna suck because it's behind you. All right, so that step's done. Next step is not required. Do it if you feel necessary, and I do. This is not the most professional job in the world, but I still like to keep things clean. So let's keep things clean. Okay, so next step, grab yourself 2 of these wood screws, screwdriver, your completed cleat, and your sealant of choice, which I just got on myself like an idiot. All right. You can screw this down, then add RTV. I don't suggest that, just because you want as much RTV to fill in as much hole as possible, because you really don't want any water intrusion. So, apply sealant liberally. Especially right here around the areas where you're going to be putting a hole in it. Sorry, this RTV is a little shitty. Oops. Crappy. I can't say shitty, I guess. I don't know. Can I say shitty? I might be able to say shitty. If I can say shitty, you'll know it, because you'll hear me saying shitty a bunch of times. If I can't, well, I'm saying shitty. There you go. Also, rag's gonna be required. This will go freaking everywhere once I put it down, as you're about to see. All right, pop, and set down. And screw it in. You're gonna have to put a little downforce so it bites, because you're basically using this to drill the hole. And there we go. Once it bites, don't keep pressing down on it really hard, or else you're going to screw it up like an idiot, which I've done before. That's why I feel free saying like an idiot. There we go. Okay, now here is just a little key thing. Don't get overzealous. These should not be for towing or mooring anything. These are just to put a little anchor while you float along so you don't drift. Maybe tie yourself off to another kayak. So, does it need to be super duper 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 tight? Because if you try to go super duper tight, you will rip these right out of the plastic, and then you're just going to have a hole in your kayak and not a cleat. And you don't want that. Last step, get that a nice flat surface. All right, just like that. And begin the process of wiping it off and cleaning it up. All right, guys, that is how you do this. The other one, the other side, it's pretty complicated. Repeat the same thing you just did. This, there we go. All right, adding cleats to your kayak. The cutting part, obviously that depends on your kayak and your cleats, but the sealant, that should be done with every one. I don't care if it comes with a plastic base. I don't care if it comes with a little O-ring kit or some stupid scupper sealing system or some crap. Add some sealant, whether it be clear silicone because you don't like gray RTV or whatever, to the system, because the last thing you want to do is be out there in the middle of the ocean paddling around and find that you are sinking. You ain't getting the water out there. All you're doing is getting more water in. All right, guys. Hope you found this instructional. Hope you found this enjoyable. And I'll see you in the next one.